Now, the next lecture is a video lecture by Swamini Pramanandaji on the introduction of Vaidyanatha Ashtakam. Swamini Pramanandaji Saraswati, affectionately known as Ammaji, is a spiritual leader and visionary behind an organization called Purna Vidya, based in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. For the last 35 years, she has been sharing the vision of oneness and harmony with seekers around the world. Swamini Pramanandaji is a Vedanta teacher as well as the Sanskrit scholar. Her scholarship is grounded in these timeless teachings as well as her direct experience of the truth they reveal. As a result, she has become one of the clearest and the most eloquent teachers of Vedantic vision of oneness and happiness. She has taught residential courses in Vedanta in Sanskrit in her Guru Swami Dayananda Saraswati's Gurukulam for over a decade and continues to teach students at her ashram. Thank you, Swamini ji, for giving the lecture. Thanks. You can start the lecture now.
शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। ॐ वन्दे देवमुमापतिं सुरगुरुं वन्दे जगत्कारणम् वन्दे पन्नगभूषणं मृगमदं वन्दे पशूनां पतिं वन्दे सूर्यशशाङ्कवह्निनयनं वन्दे मुकुन्दप्रियं वन्दे भक्तजनाश्रयं च वरदं वन्दे शिवं शङ्करम् वन्दे भक्तजनाश्रयं च वरदं वन्दे शिवं शङ्करम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। So namaskaram to everybody, and my humble prayers and appreciation for all of you who have joined us this morning. I have chosen to share a few prayers as a series in this half-an-hour time slot, so that we find in ourselves that space, that quiet, that peace, and that power that is within us to invoke the higher altar at this time of crisis. What our humanity is going through today, literally, the whole humanity is on its knees right now. As we all feel the pain, we feel the struggle, instead of moving into fear and despair, in talking about prayers, we are going to be seeing a very special prayer whose link you will be getting for you to download. That may be easier than me trying to put it on the screen here. So any prayer that we do to any deity, what really matters is not who is the deity and what is the prayer. What really matters is the devotion, my own relationship with the divine. And therefore, at this time, when we are as a humanity being literally brought to the knees, to our knees, where the medical science, where the government, everyone has thrown up their hands, it is a very, very important time for us, because very critical for us to be able to go within and access that devotion in us. A devotion, a prayer is powerful when I have devotion. Devotion is possible when I have a relationship with the devoted, to whom I am devoted to. And therefore, devotion is a word in the context of my relationship with the divine. This relationship with the divine, with the infinite, with the higher altar, is really all we have left for us to find our ground again. The powers that human beings believed they had, we still have. It's not that we don't. But something went wrong somewhere. This is not the time to do post-mortem, because we are not crossed our challenges. We can do post-mortem later when we are done with all this nightmare. But while we are in the nightmare, it is very, very, very critical and important for all of us to remain in a space of prayer, as opposed to a space of despair, anxiety, fear, sadness, panic. Those are not necessary right now. Now, what is necessary? Sitting at home, if there is something we can do to contribute to our humankind, some healing, some extension of our love, our care, our powers, it is going to work from our homes only through prayers, prayers, and prayers. And therefore, as I said, it does not really matter who we pray to. What matters is the devotion in my heart. In our tradition, it is said, bhakti, the Sanskrit word for devotion, is defined as parama prema swarupa bhakti, which means devotion is that which is nothing but love, infinite love for the infinite is called devotion. We know love in different ways, in different forms of love is there. Love of a parent for the child, love of a teacher for a student, love of a partner for his or her beloved. We know different forms of love. Every expression of love has a context, and this context is in the relationship. And you will agree, the relationship is between two. In our case now, it's a relationship between the created and the creator, the devoted, the devotee and the one to whom I have devotion to. A relationship between the finite and the infinite. And so here, this devotion, we need to really understand well. Devotion is a word used a lot, but we don't understand it well because we think it is an emotion. Devotion is not an emotion. Emotions we are familiar with. If I give you an exercise, if I ask you, visualize anger, close your eyes and visualize anger, I'm sure you know what anger is. If I tell you to visualize anxiety, you can feel the anxiety. If I say visualize fear, every one of you know what is fear. But if I ask you, visualize devotion, there will be so many different thoughts on what is devotion. Somebody may think it is you have to look up to the skies, others will close their eyes, third will start chanting, singing. So devotion, each one of us has a different concept of devotion. We need to understand devotion is a unique, very special emotion, which is not a emotion, it is a combination of love, of respect, of gratitude, of understanding, of knowledge, of surrender. Many elements come together to give us a disposition of devotion. And for this devotion to come out of us, to manifest, we must believe that devotion is potentially there in every one of us. This infinite love for the infinite is there in every one of us. Like love is there in all of us, devotion is love, devotion is there in all of us, but it is potential, it is hidden. For us to bring it out, we need the right environment, a right context. And what is the context? The context is your own insight, understanding of the divine becomes your context. Look, if your child, your 18-year-old child asks you, Dad and Mom, you both have been together for 20 years. How did you fall in love? Please tell me what to do. I also want to have a partner in life. Tell me how to be in love. What will you say? How can you explain? What can you tell the child? All you can say is, child, when you meet the right person, you will know. When you have the right person before you, your whole system will tell you, yes, this is the person of your life. And so this means the right environment, the right context, the right person. For every one of you, you do have your relationship with the divine, with the infinite. Here we have chosen a specific prayer. As I mentioned, I will be doing different prayers, whatever works for you, but this is a very specific prayer called Vaidyanatha Ashtakam. It is a set of 8 verses in prayer to Lord Shiva as a cosmic healer. Lord Shiva as a cosmic healer. What else do we want right now in our life than to invoke the grace of Lord Shiva as a cosmic healer? And so this relationship with the infinite, as we name him now as Vaidyanatha, and I want you to know, in India there are many temples from south to North India, from Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, many parts of our country, Jharkhand right up to the north, there is Vaidyanatha temple. Temple dedicated to Lord Shiva as a cosmic healer. And this set of 8 verses that we are going to learn, you will be chanting and praying to the divine for healing our human family, healing our planet, healing our human family. And this Vaidyanatha temples, there is also, in India, Shiva temples, which are Jyotirlinga temples. These are specific 12 temples we have, which is where the very linga, the form, is considered to be a form of light. Lord Shiva as light is called Jyotirlinga temple. Vaidyanatha temple is also a Jyotirlinga temple seen in Maharashtra in a particular place. There are like this Lord as a infinite light, as a cosmic healer. So this is the relationship we are forming with the divine. And I would like to say, understand the relationship is important, number one, for your devotee in you, devotion in you to come through. Your divinity must be as real for you as your family member sitting next to you. How we talk to each other, this is how we talk to the divine. That is how the soul will speak when we do this chant. And this sentiment, this particular sentiment that we are talking about is not only for healing, it will also bring you that inner space of peace. Okay? So I do trust that you have the prayer with you, and if you don't have the prayer with you, I will just make a beginning of a chant where you can hear the chant for now, and from tomorrow we all will be able to join me in the chant. So today just hear the chant, and with this I shall close this session. Shri Rama Saumitri Jatayuveda Shadananaditya Kujachitaya Shri Neelakantaya Dayamayaya Shri Vaidyanataya Namah Shivaya Shambho Mahadeva 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 Shambho Mahadeva. You can, as we close this session, you can take these 2 words, Shambho Mahadeva. Tomorrow you will see the verses. Mahadeva is, the greatest of all powers of the universe. Shambho, I call you, please let there be Sham. Sham means auspiciousness. Let peace and auspiciousness, calm and quiet befall all of us. May all this descend into us. Let all positivity, good energies, healing descend into human family. This is the prayer Shambho Mahadeva. Join with me in chanting, and I close the class after that. Shambho Mahadeva, 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 Shambho Mahadeva. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you, Swamini ji, for a good introduction to Vaidyanatha Ashtakam. Everybody will agree with the proposition that all the human efforts have to be supplemented by the divine bliss or blessings for the purpose of winning over this corona war by the humanity. Thank you very much. In the next session at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, Indian Standard Time, is discovering Vedanta's relevance in today's world by Jane Clary, as also known as Jananji, followed by Gayan Vyakyan on Saundarya Lahari by K.S. Kannan and Dr. Meera ji. Thank you. See you tomorrow morning.